Welcome to part 2, and the finale of What If Ahsoka Turned Vader Back to the Light. Thank you for your support on part 1 of this video. If you haven't seen part 1, I highly recommend you watch that first before watching this video. Link will be in the description below. Anakin wanted to walk into the Lars' home and converse with Luke, but the Force told him not to worry about Luke first. The Emperor was the one that needed to be taken care of first. Waving goodbye to a perplexed Owen and Beru, Ahsoka and Anakin headed back to Obi-Wan's home, as they prepared for their duel with the Emperor. With Sidious taking a more active role in eliminating any Jedi, Anakin knew that the trio would need to be at their sharpest. The trio would immediately depart for one of the many secret locations where Sidious had hidden holocrons, with Anakin teaching Ahsoka and Obi-Wan everything Sidious had taught him. Obi-Wan would also trust Anakin enough to reveal the location of the exiled Yoda. Heading to Dagobah, Anakin could understand why the Jedi Grand Master had chosen the planet. The light side energy coursed through Anakin, eliminating any conflict he had about visiting Yoda. Upon landing, Yoda is waiting for them, but to Anakin's surprise, he is not angered by the sight of him. Yoda recognizes the importance of Anakin returning to the light is a trait which should be taught to future generations of Jedi. Yoda does not wish to join them, as the Force has informed them this is Anakin's battle to fight. Finally, the trio are prepared and make their way onto the first Death Star, which had nearly been completed. Upon the Emperor's request, the Imperial troopers fire on the trio upon landing, but are efficiently dismissed by the Force users as they head towards the Emperor's throne room. As they enter, Sidious swivels in his chair and meets the trio with a cold sneer. Sidious dismisses his guards and he ignites his 2 lightsabers. He first lunges at Ahsoka, assuming she was the weakest Force user, but that was what the trio had been expecting, as Obi-Wan moved to block the attack. Anakin, meanwhile, was using the Force to distract Sidious as much as possible, throwing objects in his direction and disturbing the ground beneath him. Suddenly, Sidious took a step back and, raising his hand, released 2 holding cells to his side as out stepped 2 dark figures, wielding red blades. Ahsoka and Obi-Wan dueled the dark figures, whereas Anakin targeted Sidious. Sidious had been expecting an easy duel with Anakin, as he had limited the power of Vader to not exceed his own, but his former apprentice was now different. Without the limitations of the heavy suit, Anakin executed perfect gemso techniques as he began to overwhelm Sidious. Sidious was not done, however, and force-drained one of the dark figures, killing them instantly, but giving Sidious force energy, which he used to stun Anakin back into a wall. Ahsoka quickly dispatched of her opponent, and helping Anakin back up, charged towards Sidious for one final assault. Sidious deactivated his lightsabers and unleashed the biggest wave of force signing possible, bending the lightsabers of the Jedi. But it was no use. The combined power of the trio manages to defeat the Dark Lord of the Sith, as Anakin steps on the body of Sidious, before throwing it onto the empty throne. The trio escape the Death Star, and head back to the Rebel Alliance, who were not expecting them. Anakin volunteers to single-handedly destroy the Death Star, acknowledging it as part of his past, which he now must put away. The Rebel Alliance is in no position to argue, given the recent news of the Emperor's demise. As Obi-Wan and Ahsoka shake their heads, Anakin flew on his own once more. Even without R2-D2, Anakin is far too skilled for the Imperial pilots, and given his knowledge of the Death Star, he is able to destroy it. Landing back on the Rebel base, Ahsoka can only look exasperated, as she knows Anakin has a smug grin under his mask. With the Empire crumbling, Anakin has one more task to complete his redemption. Contacting all surviving Jedi, Anakin reinstates the Jedi Order, with the help of Yoda, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka, altering the Jedi Code. However, the Jedi Temple would now reside on Tython, rather than on Coruscant, as Anakin and Ahsoka refused to go back to the remains of the temple, with Anakin having slaughtered the younglings in there. Although Anakin had not taken the smoothest path, Ahsoka had corrected him with one simple gesture, and for that, he was grateful to have her as his Padawan. That is it for What If Ahsoka Turned Vader Back to the Light. Please like this video and subscribe for more tips. And as always, leave a comment on what if you'd like to see next. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.